2, 1. We're live.
Super. Well, hey everyone, welcome to another Kizuna AMA. It's AMA number 5 today, and it's the 14th of May, 2021. We've got Tatsuya and Akira. How are you guys doing?
I'm doing good. I'm really excited with all the progress that is going on with actually anything related to the Holochain for that matter, and Kizuna, of course. And we're really excited to share where we are and what are the things that we still need to do. And so, yeah, excited to be here. Thank you.
Same here, same here. Really glad to be doing another AMA with David. And it's been more than a month since the last one. So we're very excited to also share about the progress and also what we've been working on. So yeah, let's dive in.
All right, can't wait. All right, let's go for it. You guys want to share screen or give us an update? Can't wait to hear.
Right. Okay. Give me a moment. I totally forgot to. Yeah. So let me share my screen. Oh, can you allow me to share my screen? Akira?
It should be good now.
I think it's... There you go. Thank you. There you go. Can you guys see this? This is the roadmap that we have. Good.
It looks
Yeah.
familiar.
It's nice, doesn't it?
Yeah, but we're trying to learn from the so yeah, the reason why we had this roadmap is so that it is easier for the community members of Kizuna to understand where we are and the things that we need to do. And of course, we got inspired by the roadmap of Holo and in that sense. And yeah, so right now we are at phase 2, and we are still in the process of creating the second Kizuna prototype, which includes again the P2P messaging, group messaging, and file sharing. So we are still working on the UI side of things, and I would say that most of the functions are done, and we are actually most of the functions are done, features I mean, and we are in the process of fixing some bugs that we are experiencing, and it's really exciting to kind of play around with it. And in this last month, we've been doing some really interesting testing wherein we try to send like 10 images in one go, and kind of realize that maybe it's better to do it one by one. So there are some good insights and learnings there. So this is going to help us be able to create a second prototype of Kizuna that will really allow people to realize, like, see firsthand how messaging can work in a Holo hosted setting that is with a lot of like reactiveness to the UI, with a lot of like signals coming in, and being able to kind of turn that into useful information for people who would use it as a prototype. So really excited. And yeah, so that's where we are. And there are two... Anyway, yeah, actually that's it for now for update, and maybe we can just answer questions later on if ever there is any with regards to the roadmap. Yeah.
Yeah, let's look at it a little bit more. It's looking very clear, isn't it?
Yeah. Actually, yeah.
So it's actually very interesting, Tats, because I think one of the questions I saw a lot early on in Telegram is basically 2021 is too far away. Oh, sorry, what was, yeah, that was when you first came in. Or like, you guys should just have a roadmap. 2022 is too far away. You guys should just have a roadmap that is way faster. But I think like what's really helpful about, and I understand why people say that, because everyone wants everything yesterday,
Mm.
but it's quite
Mhm.
helpful to see as you work through these dimensions, isn't it?
Right, right, yes. For like for the dev team, like what we really, or what I personally realized that is that having this kind of roadmap where we are trying to be fully transparent with where we are and what we are struggling with, instead of just saying, oh, don't worry, we know it's going to be done in 2022. Instead of saying those kind of things, being able to share where we are and the things that we are struggling with and working with it, I think it helps people to like really look at where we are and share that excitement when we can move that dot, to the next one. And even if it's a dot in the roadmap, that means a lot of things. And being able to do these kind of AMAs and ecosystem sessions to share where we are and the stories that is forming, and I think that is really really great. And I'm personally super excited with that. And like what I've been recently realizing is that nothing good really is gonna come out when we rush things, and it may we don't know. We don't know what the future holds, right? And but we are really working to be able to go to the next step. And so just being able to share the story of how this Kizuna messaging application is moving forward is really exciting for me personally.
Yeah, really, really awesome.
Oh,
Cool.
yeah. So yeah. So let me pause my sharing, I guess, of roadmap. Or is there any related questions to this roadmap right now that we may be able to answer?
Okay, yeah, there
Uh,
is actually. Oh yeah, sorry, Akira.
yeah, there's one question from a community member on our YouTube live. So yeah, David, you can go ahead and ask
Yep.
it.
Yeah, perfect. So, okay, so there's someone's come in and said, I've checked the roadmap on the Kizuna Foundation website, and I'm curious, what is the difference between self-hosted agents and hosted agents? Milestone.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Thank you for that. Yeah, so this is a little bit funny in a sense because, well, first of all, sorry, with regards to self-hosted agents, when we say self-hosted agents, these are the people who personally have bought holoports, and they are able to host their own applications within that holoport that they have bought. But right now we are thinking we may be able to, well, we don't know yet when. That is something that we are also still working together with the community, with the Holo and Holochain community and the core team, of course. um, so there is a so that's for self-hosted agents. So when we see self-hosted agents, you are only kind of um, you are not so people who don't have holoports basically cannot access the application in the self-hosted agent setting because you are only hosting for yourself. That's why it's called self-hosted, right? So when we say hosted agents, that's the tradition that would feel more like the kind of like the applications that we are used to use, right? Accessing from the browser and being able to log in, make your account, and kind of act as a web user, right? Like a person who is using the browser to access application. So that is what we call that is what we mean by hosted agents. The thing right now is that there's a lot of exciting things happening, and I'm pretty sure people who would be watching this um, would know that in the Holo, in the recent dev pulse that was released, Elemental Chat has been moving in towards that direction of hosted agents. And this means that we are very, very, very excited because like that's like a next step. And then the next step, a few, the steps that are in the near future, we also don't know how long, but in the next few near future, we will be able to also publish these kind of applications, not just Kizuna, any holochain app. I, I'm not trying to prophesize anything, but anyway, so with it in that sense, we will be able to kind of allow people to access Kizuna from their own browser, even if they don't have holoports. So that is when really fun stuff happens, right? Because we will be able to actually interact with one another, as if this application is a web, like a, how do I say that, like a browser app basically. But with it underlying that, there's so many things happening in the Holo hosted network and Kizuna application, and so those are that's the difference of the two. One thing I would like to note right now is that, um, with the recent um, information that I kind of were able to gather, I think there is a possibility that we may skip that self-hosted agents interacting with second Kizuna prototype and jump to the hosted agents interacting with second Kizuna prototype.
Cool.
But we will see about that, because the thing is, with self-hosted agents, it is not going to be possible for us to be able to, or for the community members to be able to sort of um, be a web, like a, even if, wait, how do I say this? If you're a community member and you would like to kind of use Kizuna in a demo way, in a prototype way, you would need Holoport if we are going to do the self-hosted agents. But that's not really, that is also something we could do. But then what's more really fun is where people could access it from the browser. So there's a possibility that we may skip that part, the self-hosted agents, and jump to the, or start working on that hosted agents once things are ready. So yeah, I hope that that gave everyone a little bit of context as to where we are.
Yeah, it makes complete sense. All right. No other questions have come in, Tat. So we'll jump to, I think, like, have you got any demos or any screens that you want to show us and take us through right now?
Ah, mm, what do you think, Akira? Should we?
Just a little
Should
teaser.
we?
Um,
Just a little teaser.
a little
Things
bit,
I will
yeah.
be.
It's not that finished, right? So
I mean, no, sorry, I was not able to. Thing is, start up the. I could show, but it may take a little bit time, like few like minutes for me to set it up. So if that is fine with everyone, then we could do that right now. If not, then
Let's
maybe we
see.
could have like a,
Let's
yeah.
see it.
Okay, we could do
Well,
that. Just give me
while
a
we're doing
moment.
that, yeah, that's not a problem. You take a moment, Akira. Like, what's exciting you at the moment?
yeah. Thanks, David. While we wait for Tats to set up the teaser that we're gonna be showing you guys, I'm just here in behalf of the team to give thanks to all the supporters who are continuously supporting the Kizuna project. And huge shout out to all the community members who consistently contribute to the project through donations. We have a couple of people, several people actually, who are personally messaging us and saying that, saying messages of support, and that really means so much to us. And we have nothing but gratitude to those people. And so, yeah, I would like to thank you for your kindness and support for that. And yeah, well, I also would like to invite everyone watching to, if you haven't yet, please join our Telegram channel, where we can actually engage with one another and talk about Kizuna and share the latest news and developments. It's a really cool place to talk with other communities from all over the world. So yeah, everyone is welcome to come and join us there. But yeah, I'm also preparing some event for what we're working on. As you have seen previously in the roadmap, we are on phase two, working on the second Kizuna prototype. That's just gonna show the teaser for that. But once that's finished, we're gonna be doing a demo event soon, and that's really what's exciting me, because we're gonna be able to show finally a working prototype. So yeah, that's really what's keeping me excited.
Super. Sounds fantastic. Guys, just let me drop off. I just need to support a little breakfast for the kids. I'll be a second, and then by that time, it's the live stream interlude. 7:20 a.m. Just breakfast set up. Bear with me a
No
sec,
problem,
guys.
David. Go ahead.
Yeah. Just give me a moment. Just
Sure.
compiling everything. So what I'm about to show is where we really are, like the current state of things. Okay, so this is going to be like kind of like the whole, yeah, this is where we are. Okay, this is as honest as we can be in this right now. Yeah, so let's go. Ooh, I have not seen this in a couple of days. Let's see. In the worst case scenario, it might not run, but we will see. How do you, Akira? How do you wanna? I'm thinking how we could like do this. Do we show? Hmm, should I show the P2P message?
Maybe you can
Okay, give me a
show the
yeah.
just a couple of basic functions, probably basic features.
Okay. All right. Give me a little more.
No problem. So guys and girls. Oh, there's another question here from Felix. So let's wait for David. Um, Hi, Felix. Thanks for tuning in. We'll get to your question once David comes back. Yeah. Hello to everyone just tuning in. Right now, we're just waiting for Tats to show us a teaser, small teaser for the second prototype that we've been working on. So feel free to ask any questions on YouTube Live. That is, we'll get to it right away.
Okay. Should we wait for David before I start showing? Probably better.
Yeah, let's wait for David, or maybe you can just share the screen without
Green.
yeah, just share screen.
Yeah, let's do that. Okay. So right now, can everybody see the screen?
Yes.
Yeah. Good.
Perfect.
Okay. Thank you. So this is still so. I think like last year, was it last year? Akira? I think we showed like a demo, and David, of course, we showed like a demo of Kizuna and how it works in a P2P setting. So architecturally, we things changed a bit. But sorry, just give me a moment. Okay. So what we could do is let's try doing uh, group chat. Okay. Okay. Hopefully this does
Breathe.
not
Breathe.
crash things. Let's go. Okay.
Sorry, that's just a question, short question. Because some
Yeah,
some
sure.
people, some viewers might be wondering what they're looking at right now on the screen. So can you
All
please explain
right.
what these three windows are first? Yeah.
Yes, right. Thank you for that. So right now we are running three agents. So it's locally being hosted. So we have 8,000. We're yeah we have it in the port of 8,100, 8,200, and 8,300. So This 8100 is Alice, okay? And then so this is already a running. This is actually already a running application, but locally, just being run locally. So there is no actual networking happening in this particular demo that I'm going to show you. Everything is done locally, but this will give you a good sense uh, of what the chat application would be looking when we are really done with the second prototype. And we're still polishing the UI, so apologies if there is any kind of glitches. But yeah, so Alice, Bob, and Charlie. Okay, so this is an avatar, but this is just a placeholder for now. Maybe in the future we will be having. Actually, yeah, we will be having some sort of avatar that can be used by people. So yeah, and then we can add. Um, yeah, actually, Akira, was that a good enough context?
Yes,
Yeah.
perfect.
So let's try to there. Okay, so now when Alice searches in a Holochain, he want like let's say she wants to add Bob, and you search Bob, you can add them, of course, and then Charlie, you could also add. And here you would have the contacts, and we could do the same for everybody, or not maybe actually. So yeah, so now I'll show you group chat. Okay. So you can choose right here like a new message, and then you could choose Bob and Charlie because you've added them in your contacts, and you want to send a message, right? Like I don't know, hello everybody, welcome to the AMA, kind of like that, and this will show here. And if you go here, there, so it appears. Oh, there's a bug. It appears twice, but at least it does. Now, if you refresh, it doesn't. Yeah. So right now, if you refresh, the bug is gone. Okay, we'll fix it. We're fixing that. Anyway, so you could do like sending of message, and there is also typing. Like I think last time I checked, it was working. Ooh, it's working. Okay, so when Alice types, Bob and Charlie receives the signal that Alice is typing. And when Bob messages, of course, Alice would see Bob is typing. Of course, Charlie would see Alice and Bob are typing. And they all could send this. And I think it should work. Oh, there, it's working. Wow. I'm actually surprised. Ooh.
Very cool.
Oh, now there's a bug. Now it's a little bit weird. But when you refresh, the chat is working, right? The sequence is also right there. And no, actually, for now, that's it. Yeah, and now we're also working on the file sharing. Let me stop sharing a bit and choose a file I could share, and then I could show you how it works. Mhm. Okay, I'm gonna send my photo so that it's not. Uh, okay, so let's try to. Okay, so this is my picture, all right? This is my picture. Alice is gonna send my picture to Bob and Charlie. So let's see. This is that's picture when he went to Lisbon for Holochain. Hackathon. Oh, okay. There you go. So this is actually we've sent the bytes of file to the Holochain, right? And we saved it in the DHT. And Bob and Charlie receives a signal that Alice has sent a file and the text. And that now it's getting a little bit weird. I don't want to see my face like that anymore. Anyway, so there. So that's how we are doing things. There you go. So so files can be sent, text can be sent, group chat is working, P2P message is also working. So we're just ironing out certain kind of like bugs that we are experiencing on the UI side. But yeah, so I hope that was a good enough teaser for what we are working on right now.
Very, very exciting.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
So,
Mhm.
oh, shush. keep coming up, Hart. So 2 questions. So what's Kizuna's business model? I mean, I feel like you guys have answered that on several AMAs before. And it's probably also pasted in the chat quite a bit as well. But do you want to just give us a 30-second overview, and then we can maybe send the whoever's asking this question? Oh, it's David Bong. We can send David Bong to the relevant location as well to do a bit more research.
Akira, do you want to answer that question?
You can go ahead. You can go ahead.
Business model. Just give me a minute. Okay. Yeah. So I think what we are doing right now with the second prototype of Kizuna messaging application is to just really build the features, right? But as a business model, once we could actually allow organizations to run their let's say or like, for example, it's a little bit difficult to explain, but anyway, there are organizations that we are currently in conversation with who are really interested with using this kind of messaging application for their organization solely, right? Internal communication kind of thing. So as a business model, we could definitely provide Kizuna in the future, as some sort of messaging applications that not just organizations, but even like, communities and in Japan or anywhere in the world who would like to use these kind of communication tools locally with the power of distributed hosting that Holo provides. So this allows organizations, companies, communities, government districts to be able to get back their agency and be able to really trust that the messaging application that they are using does not tamper with their data, and that the actual physical data that they have is stored in a distributed network of Holo ports, right? So there are a lot of possibilities there that we can explore. To be honest, we have not yet solidified the business model in that sense, but there are a lot of possibilities that we can explore, and that's why we are really, really excited to keep working on this. So I hope that gave you a good kind of like summary as to what we are thinking with the business model. Yeah, and then of course, we are going to provide Kizuna messaging applications for free for everybody to use. In that, there is also some kind of course, there is the donation, right, Akira? We are very happy with the donation that we are receiving, and Kizuna is, first of all, a nonprofit under the ACRG, that is a nonprofit organizations, and we intend to keep it that way. We will keep it that way. For organizations and people, like that could be probably like a premium Kizuna version that people could use. So there's this kind of flow of kind of business models that will allow Kizuna to thrive. And really, like, what we are really striving here is to build a tool that people could use, right? We are not trying to become so that's the core principle that we have. And when we say Kizuna, it is about protecting the bonds with people. So we are building our business model around that as well. Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, and there's a final question here around from Andrew Aslan. Just is Kizuna running on Holo host or locally?
Just locally,
no,
right
just locally. We've already answered that. Cool.
Yep.
Okay. That's super, guys. Is there anything else that you want to cover? I mean, it still looks like there's the great roadmap, lots of progress. There's a business model. I think also to add to the business model question, there's just for people, I think I would just like to share, I guess, that, I mean, Telegram just raised $1 billion a few months ago. And no one's been able to explain its business model to me just yet. Right? But what we certainly can understand is that if a combination of Holochain, Holo, and Kizuna meet some of their promises, that you could operate an equivalent to Telegram at dramatically less cost. So you wouldn't need to go out and raise $1 billion. Given that we've never commercializing our ability to communicate isn't necessarily something that we want to do in most circumstances, but it's certainly something that's important in some circumstances, right? Especially when we have willing participants. What we should be able to see is if you could take the cost of operating a network like Telegram down 50, 60, 70, 80, 90%, and you can create certain circumstances where people would be willing, excited, desire to pay, like the organizational B2B model that you've talked about, then you should be able to create a profitable business. And then the second is, like, no one believed before Ethereum comes out and offers ability to people, to, like, really developers, to raise money in the way that they can through deployment of ERC20 tokens. No one would have believed this mechanism of funding was possible. And given Holochain takes us further into the future on what's possible with new forms of crypto accounting, etc., there will be new business models. Like, how would you know what business models will occur with a technology that takes humanity a step further that hasn't yet been deployed? But we sure know that they will be there, just like you would have never expected that the explosion in open source innovation in the blockchain world would lead to a massive capacity to commercialize just in a new way. So I think, like, just for people out there that are asking those questions, part of the value is in discovering what's possible. And that's what we're here doing and why we're innovating in this way. And I guess there are lots of people like you guys, and I applaud you for actually being present and available to see what comes rather than needing to know the answer that can't be answered right now. So that's my sort of final closing thoughts to this AMA.
That was wonderful.
That's well put.
Thank you, David. Yeah. I mean, for me personally, like, with Holochain, like, what I really like about it is that it is really contextual, right? There's no one answer to business models, and as David said perfectly, so I totally agree with it, and thank you for that, David.
All right, super. Well, this is the end of the Kizuna AMA number 5. Fantastic to see the progress, guys. And I'm going to go and be with my kids for a little bit while they have breakfast. So I'll enjoy that. And fabulous to see you guys and the progress, and look forward to the next one.
Thank you, David.
Thank you, David.
And thanks everyone for tuning in.
Thank you, everybody.
Till the next one.